like one-on-one. But as far as like doing this on the podcast, this is the first time. I've been wanting to do these for a long time, but I just haven't got around to asking. You actually came out and asked me to hop on and do it. So what made you wanna hop on and do this in front of, I don't know, I think I got around maybe close to around 15,000 people between the three platforms we're on right now. So what made you want to hop on and do this?
You know what? It's all about accountability to me. So if I feel as though somebody's watching me, then definitely I'm gonna make sure I get my workouts in, make sure I stay up. Or if I'm not even doing it, I'll feel bad like, man, I didn't post that photo. Somebody probably watching me, but clearly nobody's watching me. But like, nobody really gives a damn like that. But like, people, people. I use it as accountability.
Exactly. I love it. That's huge, and I feel like accountability is the number one thing really in any aspect of life, but especially when it comes to health and fitness. Like if you shy away and you hide in the dark, then it's like you can eat whatever whenever you want to. You can skip a workout. It's like, who's gonna notice? Who's gonna check in? Who's gonna care? But like once you have that accountability, you're much more likely to get it done. Just like with you run a business like you do, and you get some customers and you got to fulfill some orders or service them. You're gonna get it done because you wanna be held accountable to that. So I like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and dive in. I'm gonna give a short intro, not gonna give a full intro. So welcome to the Lose Weight, Look Good, Feel Great podcast, the number one show for solopreneurs and professionals to get in the best shape of their lives and hit their goals and get to where they want to be. Today I got one of my favorite clients, another solopreneur on board, my guy Cedric Salone, and we're just going to be talking a little bit about his journey, his experience in HFT, what we've been able to accomplish, and some good stuff like that. And then at the end, I'm going to give him an opportunity to kind of talk about his mission and his brand, because I feel like us as solopreneurs, not only do we need to be well versed in our health and fitness, but we also need to support each other and just work with each other. I feel like that's the most important thing. Like I'm not a big brand, like big conglomerate guy. I like to support each other. So that's the conversation we're gonna have today. So my first question for you, Cedric, is you joined the program, I think 4 months ago, something like that.
Yeah, it was like the end of February or something like that.
Yeah. Got you. End of February, maybe about 4 months ago, something like that. We have been connected for a little bit on Facebook. I guess you've been seeing my content for a while. We'd had a couple of conversations previously before you joined the program. But my biggest question to you, and I think this could help out people that are kind of like on the fence in terms of working with a fitness coach or working with me specifically, what were your biggest, reservations, or what was the biggest thing kind of holding you back from pulling the trigger when it came to, focusing on your health?
Yeah. So when I choose any type of business that I want to either become affiliated with or get a service from someone, I kind of watch them a little bit to see what type of content they have and see if they're like not those fly by night type people that say certain things and then they don't necessarily post content constantly and get different results. So I felt like I watched you for like a good 2 weeks and was like, oh well, it seems legit. So let me see how that is. But at first I had to get a feel. And then I had to make sure you weren't one of those trainers that are like, got to do this, got to eat like 500 calories, got to do this, can't have this, can't have that. I need to make sure you didn't restrict a whole bunch of stuff. And the stuff that you were talking about, I was like, okay, cool. This seems like he relates to me as far as like knowing what an entrepreneur wants and needs actually, as far as like, you can't eat healthy all the time, but if you do need to decide to do something different, you can do this and that. So I had choices. I feel like I had choices, but you were more restricted. I feel like some of the workouts you were doing, I was already doing anyway. And then as quiet as it's kept, like I was like, well, this is another small business. Let me just look this up real quick and see what it's about. So yeah, so it wasn't I just had to make sure I get the feel for you first and see if you were like serious, because there's a lot of people out there that like, just pitch whatever, and then they get you on and then they let you go. Yep. And that's just like working with an app. So if it was gonna be the same way, I could have just got an app.
Exactly. That's it. I love it, man. I love it. So you were like, you didn't really necessarily have a situation where like, oh, I don't know if I want to start yet, or I don't know if I'm like, yours was more so, hey, I know exactly what I want. out of a fitness coach, and let me see if you check the boxes.
Right. Yeah. And you know what? I was also thinking, like, if I don't start, like, it's gonna go out of whack because it was already out of whack anyway. My body was already out of whack anyway. So I felt like I was gaining weight, was just pretty much just losing what I had already built on. So if I felt like I needed somebody that was gonna help me zone in and tune in, and then of course, like like I said, if I didn't start, I needed to do something. I was gonna lose all what I had worked for previously.
Exactly. So you knew that you wanted to make a change, and you went out there and you found somebody, or maybe I found you. I don't remember exactly who connected with who first, but you found what worked for you, and you decided to pull the trigger on it. So I like that, and I like that you said, talking about really watching to see what somebody says or what somebody does, because I've been connected with a lot of fitness professionals, and I talk to some people that may have questions for me or whatever, and it's like 1 minute they're a fitness coach, and then like next week they're a credit repair agent or something like that. And it's like, are you really passionate about this, or are you just trying to make a quick buck? So I understand. I understand where you're coming from, 10,000%. Now, what kind of results have you experienced? Like what positives have come out of the last 4 months of us working together for you?
So I've noticed like a difference, definitely a big difference, like in my shoulders, and also in across, especially the top of my chest, and across my chest. I've always been a little. I never really wanted to pull off my shirt in front of anybody because I always felt like my chest was either too fat or too flat or whatever. So like now I feel, even though I'm not even halfway even where I need to be, like, but I'm working toward that point. But I feel just as comfortable, like pulling off my shirt now that I got to see some results, like in the areas that I want to see the results in. And I know for a fact that even drives me even more. It's like, okay, cool, the workouts are working, I'm seeing the results. Let me keep going because I probably can double down or double up on these two things, especially my shoulders and my arms. For the very first time, somebody in the store happens. I had on a work. I was coming out from working out. I had on a workout. She was like, I knew this girl. She was like, oh, you've been working out? And I was like,
okay,
yeah, sounded all like, yeah, no, a little something. Yeah, it's trying. Yeah, so it was cool. So somebody actually noticed. So I noticed too, but not like as much until I went home and looked in the mirror. I was like, well, it's kind of different, but it's also good with the app that I can track, like, my photos. And then I saw like, okay, my arms do look a little bit more toned. So definitely my shoulders, across my chest, and my arms.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that, man. And the tracking progress is so important, because if you don't track your progress, you're not really aware of what you're doing. Like especially if a lot of people tracking progress is just, let me step on the scale and let me see what the scale says. And if the scale isn't moving at the pace or the rate that you want it to, then it's like, oh, I'm doing all this for nothing. I'm eating healthy for nothing. I'm working out for nothing. It's like, look at your progress photos, look at your strength, look at your mobility, look at your sleep, look at your energy, look at your digestion. Like there's a million different things that you can kind of track and measure, in order to see what progress you're making. And once you see progress in certain areas, it's like it allows you to push harder. Just like you were saying, it motivates you once you saw the cuts, the definition, you got the compliment. Like those things, really help you push harder. When you say,
yeah, I said, yeah, I was agreeing.
Yeah. Perfect, man. Perfect. I love it. And we're just getting started. I know I sent you that progress photo from a couple of weeks back, or maybe like last week. You can see the difference. Like you can see everything cutting and defining. It's like we just got to continue to plug away. You're gonna be you're gonna be looking like a new man in about 6 months or so.
I'm excited about it. So like when especially when I look in the mirror, like just between like showers and stuff, put on the shirt, I was like, okay, might be doing a little something, but
exactly.
We'll see what happens. So it drives you to keep going. Like and this thing, and first and foremost, you have to get it out of your head that nothing is quick, and it's not gonna. You can lose weight quick. I've seen people lose weight quick, but they don't look quite like I would like to look. I kind of want to build muscle, not just kind of just lose weight and be what they call like skinny fat.
Right.
So I kind of want to do the same at the same time too. So I feel like this program kind of does that too. I add both cardio, weightlifting, all at the same time. So I'm working on both of them at the same time. Exactly. So it's good. It's good.
Exactly. Love it. I'm glad that you kind of put that point in there, because a lot of people focus on weight loss and it's like, I want to lose as much weight as quickly as possible. But You can do that. You're not going to be satisfied with the end result of that. And it's probably, you're probably going to stop short, maybe 50, 60 pounds from where you want to get to. And it'll be almost impossible to get that next 50, 60 pounds off. So focusing on building lean muscle, habits that really help you build your body. Because I feel like a lot of people try to tear down their body instead of trying to build it up. And like that mindset in itself kind of forces you into restriction and fad diets and running all day and like all these things that just suck. So we're making the focus of, building up our body, and that's huge. So great stuff. Now, my last question for you, a lot of solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, like upper level, management professionals, people that really have a lot on their plate. They juggle a lot of hats and they, serve or service a lot of people. Do you feel that working out, eating healthier, doing something like the morning routine stuff and other things we do you feel like this has impacted you in a professional way in any type of way?
Yeah, you know what? I felt like this program was a complete hard reset. Like I was able to, when you gave me when I first dialed in, like I had lost track, even though I had, was eating sort of right and sort of mostly wrong over COVID, like everybody has, I guess. But it was a complete hard reset. Even though I knew the stuff that was in the manual, it was like I just felt like I was eating way too much of that stuff. So I was able to dial in, and focus in on like the nutrition and stuff. So it helped me become accountable with that. And of course, it helped me structure my whole work life around my workout. So I like to work out early morning, maybe 7 to 9. I work from 7. Well, I started 9 after a while, but I work from maybe 9 to 5, or sometimes if I want to start early, I work at 7. So I need to make sure I get my workout in first, then work, and then I have to do my other business work too. So after 5 is not really good for me. And I also I was able to structure a good workout, and then also you keep the workouts real short. So that's good. That's good for me. So it's helped tremendously helped me structure my personal life and my professional life, because I'm able to get this work done, take a lunch break real quick, get my workout in, because I know I feel like somebody's watching me.
Right.
So I post my pic, and then go ahead and move on with my day. But after 5, yeah, it's a goner for me. But still in all, that lets me know the workouts are short. I'm able to structure my work professionally and my workout, so I'm able to get it in and get out.
Exactly. So you're working definitely more than 8 hours a day, probably at least 8 to 10, somewhere around there, and you're still. I just want to make sure the audience listens and understands this. You're still getting in a workout early in the morning. You're still hitting your nutrition goals. You're tracking your meals. My guy sends a photo of either his meals or his workouts in the group pretty much every single day. You're still tuning into the live coaching that we have in the private community. You're still doing all these things, and you're working a lot. You've got a busy schedule. You're always on the go. You're always traveling, and you're still managing to do all these things, right?
Yeah, even when I was in Colombia, even though you were like, take a break. Now I was like, I gotta stay on it. Even though for a fact I couldn't track my meals, one, because nothing's scanned, so nothing was gonna show up.
Right.
But I was able to still send some photos of some of the meals, and also able to still get my steps in, because with tours and all this stuff like that. So you did send a workout that I was able to get in real quick, a kettlebell workout. And luckily, the gym in the hotel had they had nothing but kettlebells. They had no dumbbells or anything of that nature. They had nothing but kettlebells. Well, they had a couple of dumbbells and a couple other machines. So you tailored that workout real quick to what I had. Was able to get it in. So I was still, even on vacation, you still should get it in. Oh yeah,
Let's
go.
Still
should get it in.
Love it. I love it, man. I love it. And that's the thing. You got to adjust. That's the life. If you're in these super rigid programs, as soon as life throws you a curveball, you got to fall completely off of it. So, we definitely want to make sure that we're always adjusting with you and your needs and, what you want to accomplish. And that's the biggest part of the program, man. So I love it. Now, my last question before we end the podcast, what would you say to somebody that was slightly on the fence, or maybe they've been watching, they've been seeing what we've been doing at HFT for a while, they've been following me, and they've been seeing your meals and other clients' meals and progress photos and all these different things, and they're close to reaching out? What would you say to them?
What I would just say, what you just gotta do, jump in it. Life is a chance anyway. You may win, you may fail, but if you don't try, you fail anyway. So you might as well just get in, get locked in, and then you're a serious guy about your craft, and so you can hear from the way you talk, your tone, mission, and your tone and mission and stuff. So you can hear it in your voice, like you're real serious. So you're not playing around and think, or somebody who's like one of those fly-by-night trainers, like you say, this week they're on training, and next week they trying to fix your credit and stuff. So you ain't one of those type of people. So if you're on the fence, all you gotta do is just if you're still on the fence, first of all, just watch the content, and then once you watch the content and see how serious he is about it, then you can go ahead and move forward.
Perfect. I love it, man. I love it. Great stuff. Like he said, if you never try, you're gonna fail. If you never try, you failed anyway. So we don't really have anything to lose. We gotta, make sure we put our best foot forward and really just, attack our goals. You need to get healthier. You need to get where you want to be. And if I'm the person that's helping you kind of realize that, then shoot me a DM, shoot me a message. Now, for my guy, Cedric, I just want to let you, plug your company, plug your mission. So just tell us a little bit about, what, your brand is about, and then where people can find you at social media wise or website wise.
Sweet. So my name is Cedric Salone, and I'm the CEO of Bedewed Skin, which is a moisture-rich, which is a company that provides moisture-rich products for dry and dehydrated skin. It is for all skin types, but I focus on dry, dehydrated skin. So it includes everything from facial moisturizers, body oils, and everything from shade and beard oils, and stuff like that will definitely hydrate and build a barrier of your skin, the natural barrier of your skin, without tearing it down or putting too much chemicals such as retinols, AHA. I took all that stuff out of it and give you the bare basics that is needed to build and improve the barrier of your skin. And that's how you get your nice, glowy skin and even skin tone, by having a healthier barrier from your face all the way to your feet. Definitely by hydrating, moisturizing with the right type of things. So I include everything that is needed and nothing that's not. All nice, clean, and simple ingredients in all my products. And you can find me, and I think you can probably see my name here on the screen. It's Bedewed Skin. So it's BEDEWED Skin. That is on Instagram, and also at www.bedewedskincare.com. So you can look at the products on my Instagram or on Facebook, or you can look at the products on my website at www.bedewedskincare.com. And I'll put it in the chat for people just to click the link.
Love it, love it, love it, man. Everything that's needed and nothing that's not. That's good stuff right there. I like that. I actually got my wife some of the
the dry field butter. Yeah, so that's under my Butters RX brand. So Butters RX, for those who probably don't know, so I actually had two brands. So Butters RX was my very first brand I created 2 years ago, and that particular product was made by mistake. Like I actually waste olive oil inside one of that containers, and I was like, well, I guess I ain't about to waste something. So I'm gonna use it, and so I happened to use it on my feet, and then I noticed wow, wait a minute, this could be something. So I had given it to one of the diabetics that I actually coach in my real job. Some of the pharmacists in my real job, diabetics I had coached, and I said, you know what, your feet are like dry. Let me just try this, and she's like, okay, cool. And she came back and she said, like, wow, my feet, something's different. Yeah. And so so she was using it, and the whole time, and then that's how that product came out. That was actually a mistake. That wasn't even supposed to be made. Oh, wow. So so that product came out. But I own Butters RX first, and then I just said, you know what, I'm outgrowing this name, so I need to move into something that's that includes everything, that's really inclusive of all the brands. So I created Bedewed Skin on May 15th, and then Butters RX is now a specialty line under Bedewed Skin. And Bedewed Skin will then go on to Bedewed Skin for kids, and Bedewed Skin for pets, because I can't leave my dog out and all that stuff. So so I'm actually make products for him, because his paws get really dry and irritated, especially when you walk outside in the wintertime. So they get really dry and irritated, and I protect his feet from the actual hot concrete by massaging his paws and stuff like that when we outside in the summertime.
I love it.
Look out for his line too.
Love it. That is so dope, and I understand outgrowing names. I think I've had 3 or 4 different names for my company and different iterations of it. So it's like keep rebranding.
You have to rebrand.
Yeah,
and it all comes together. As long as you keep the other one and just make a specialty line out of it, but it all comes together.
Exactly.
So
perfect, man. Perfect. Well, I definitely enjoyed this conversation. I appreciate you hopping on and kind of giving some insight and some value. So please, you guys, if you got value from this conversation, whether you're watching live or on a replay, I want you to comment below. Let me know, let Cedric know what value you got. And if you're kind of in a similar position as him and you want to see the same type of progress he's seeing, just comment below and let me know. We'll have a conversation. And I'm also going to tag him on LinkedIn, especially. I think on LinkedIn, I can do it on YouTube, but LinkedIn is going to be the biggest place. Tag you on LinkedIn so that everybody knows where to find you, find your website, find your company. And we're going to keep plugging away. And we're going to have another interview here in a few months and update everybody on your progress, man. Sound good?
Right. Sounds good.
Perfect,
guys, get with it.
Perfect, man. I appreciate y'all.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Talk to y'all soon.
I appreciate it. All right. See ya.